Good morning, everyone. Okay, we're going to be learning something new today. We're going to be taking down the notes just like a typical day. So let's write this down. Today is the 22nd, and at the end, you're going to take a picture of this and upload it for points. We're going to solve multi-step inequalities first, and then there's a second part after that. So we've been learning how to solve two-step inequalities, which takes 2 steps. These are multi-steps because it takes more than 2 steps to solve it. But you've actually already learned how to do this back in like November. So just adding the inequality. So we're going to add some parentheses. If I go back in time, let's see, where is it? Oh, there it is. The distributive property. So we're going to apply the distributive property, which was taught to you back in October. This concept is going to be applied to this. Okay, so because I have the parentheses here, before I start moving things around, what I have to do is I have to give everybody a 2. Okay, everybody a 2. That's on the same side. So I'm going to do 2 times x plus 2 times 10. Write this down in your notebook, please. So this will give you 2x plus 2 times 10. 20 is less than or equal to 60. So actually this is the only extra step compared to what we were doing last week. Now this right here becomes a 2-step equation, which means you need 2 steps to solve it. That's cool. So do I move the 2 first or do I move the 20 first? Move the 20 first. So minus 20, minus 20. Draw your bars. This gives me 0. I'm left with 2x. I just bring it straight down. On this side, I have 40. Okay. Now I have 2x, which means 2 times x. So I have to do the opposite, which is to divide by 2. Divide by 2. I'm left with x on this side. I bring down the inequality, less than or equal to 40 divided by 2 is 20. So now I'm going to graph it. Put this number in the middle, 20, 2 numbers below it, 2 numbers above it, close circle. Which way do I shade, left or right? Which way does the inequality point to? It points to the left, so I'm going to shade to the left. Okay, so multi-step inequality. I'm going to write down the question, I'm going to solve it. Whatever answer I get to graph it. Okay, so this is like level 1. Let's do a level 2. All right, level 2. We'll have 4 parentheses 2x plus 3 parentheses is greater than or equal to 52. Okay, first things first. First, we're going to distribute the 4 to everybody. Everybody gets a 4. Okay? Now, we go 4 times 2x plus 4 times 3. Okay, this is just our work. 4 times 2x is 8x plus 4 times 3 is 12, less than or equal to 52. Okay, now it's a 2-step equation. You got to ask yourself, do I move the 8 or the 12 first? In this situation, we're going to move the 12 first because it's further away to the x. So I'm going to do minus 12 on both sides. We have 52 minus 12 is 40. And then 8x. All right, so again, how do I move that 8? I have to divide by 8. Divide by 8. Divide by 8 on both sides. So I'm left with x is less than or equal to 5. And then I have to graph on the side. 5, 4, 3, 6, 7. Does this inequality tell me open or closed? It tells me closed. Do I shade to the left or to the right? Which numbers are greater than or equal to 5? On the right-hand side, so I shade to the right, to the right, to the right. Okay, got one more problem to do. Let's see if I can lower this a little to focus. There we are. Got one more to do. All right. Okay, so this is another level 2. 6 parentheses 5x plus 1 is less than 96. All right, so we have this 6 outside in the parentheses. And so before we do anything to it or solve it or move anything to the other side, we have to distribute. Now we first learned how to distribute back in October, which distribute means just give everything inside, kind of like trick-or-treating. So 6 times 5x plus 6 times 1. 6 times 5x is 30x plus 6. Bring down the 96. Now this is a two-step equation. So the first thing I'm going to do is do minus 6 minus 6. 96 minus 6 is 90. Bring down your inequality. This gives you a 0. You bring down the 30x. Then I'm going to, how do I remove the 30? How do I get it to the other side? What mathematics do I have to use? Divide by 30. Divide by 30. X is less than 90 divided by 30. 3. Okay, so the last thing you have to do is to graph 3, 2, 1, 4, 5. This inequality right here tells me that it's an open circle, so I'm going to have an open circle. Shade left or shade right? X is less than 3, so which numbers are less than 3? On the left side, so I shade it to the left. All right, so this is part 1, okay, of the notes. If you're in period 1, you're going to have a part 2. If you are in period 2 and 3, this is it for today. We'll continue on Wednesday. But period 1, you're going to have another video with notes. Period 2 and 3, these are your notes. So make sure you take a picture of it. Upload your picture of your notebook where you did these 3 problems. Again, the first thing you have to do is distribute, then solve. Okay, just from here on, this is what we have been doing. I'm just adding this distributive property today. That's the new part. But in reality, we did distributive property. Actually, we did something very similar. There it is. Multi-step equations in November. So right here where we had to distribute, that's similar to what we are doing today. The only difference is the inequality and graphing, but it's very, very similar to what we have been doing. All right, let's get going with our classwork next, except for period 1.